move on to the agenda. The first thing we're going to do is have a very special proclamation, and I'm going to go to the podium right over here, and I'll ask Dean to come up with me. Our next issue here, or I shouldn't say issue, but a proclamation, we're recognizing the 834th Aviation Support Battalion that's based here in Hastings, and they're actually going to be moving to, what was your new community? Arden Hills. And so there will be a new unit coming here in Hastings at the Hastings Armory. And I'll ask all three of you gentlemen to come up here. And Dean, perhaps you might want to make an introductory remark.
I'll let them introduce themselves.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I am Lieutenant Tao. First name's Chor. I'm the acting commander for Charlie Company here since the 4 element has deployed.
Sergeant Lehman, I'm the full-time staff person for the Hastings Armory. Been the supply sergeant here for about 5 years. Before that, I was the readiness NCO here. Worked here for about 15 years. So, gonna kind of miss Hastings.
Wow, we're going to miss you.
And I'm Sergeant Schultz.
Sergeant Schultz. I've heard of that before. And Dean, did you want to say a few words before I begin the proclamation?
Prior to reading the proclamation, I'd like to say that Charlie Company, the 834th, has served the community with distinction and honorably. As the proclamation will say, it's going to be a very sad day when they leave. But it's going to be also a very happy day because we're getting another National Guard unit in here of about 140 personnel. So it's about 3 times larger than Charlie Company. So as a community, we got a lot of work ahead of us to serve, support, and recognize these soldiers that are serving, their families, and I have to thank the community for everything that they are doing.
Thank you, Dean. Well, Lieutenant Dow and members, thank you for the great service you provided to our community. You know, I remember being in, I think it was 2009 or 2008 when you were first deployed to Iraq for a part of Iraqi Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom. And we were the only one within your battalion to have a very nice going away ceremony at the high school, and it was very well attended. The high school was packed, and I think it just shows the pride that we have in the service that you provide for our country and for our community. So thank you so much for everything you've done. And in honor of that, we're going to read a proclamation tonight issued by the City Council. And I'm going to ask Councilmember Vaughn to begin with that proclamation.
Whereas the 834th Aviation Support Battalion, ASB, was organized on September 1st, 2000 from new and existing units within the Minnesota National Guard and has performed extensive active duty operations within the state and overseas, and
whereas Charlie Company, 834th ASB, is an Army National Guard company headquartered in Hastings, Minnesota, and is the battalion's signal network support company for the 34th Aviation Support Battalion Task Force, whose principal function is to provide voice and internet communication support to the Combat Aviation Brigade. And
whereas the company formed the communications backbone of the brigade, it is comprised of 2 principal elements, the Network Operations Platoon and the Joint Network Node Platoon. Both platoons ensure that a secure communications network was installed, maintained, secured, and defended for uninterrupted voice and data flow. And
whereas its accomplishments but are not limited to of supporting 2 task forces simultaneously from 3 different locations in Iraq, providing help desk operations to support over 1,000 workstations and over 1,300 individual users, providing an aerial command console for the Multinational Forces Iraq Command and Control Mission, and improving the network structure of all supported locations by removing 65,000 feet of unserviceable or worn Cat5 cable and installing over 166,000 feet of new Cat5 cable. And
whereas over 40 servicemen and women are permanently assigned, of which 43 deployed in March 2009 as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom to support the 834th Aviation Support Battalion, 34th Combat Aviation Brigade, Task Force 34th Red Bull Division as an element of Task Force 34, and another 20 were deployed in June 2015 in support of Operation Spartan Shield Kuwait. And
whereas the Hastings National Guard is a great community organization that has made a real economic impact on the community, and whereas the Hastings National Guard is being relocated to Arden Hills on October 2015, now therefore be it resolved on behalf of our residents, the City Council of the City of Hastings is proud to recognize and say thank you for your service and dedication to our nation and community, that the service men and women and their families will be truly missed. Adopted by this City Council, the City of Hastings, this 5th day of October 2015. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
As a representative of Charter Company, I just want to say thank you to the Hastings community. You guys have supported us through thick and thin, unconditionally. Embrace us as your family and your community. All I ask is that with the new unit coming, you guys open your arms and support them just like how you support us. Once again, thank you.
Just a little quick announcements. The one thing I'd like to say, that there's no grass growing underneath my feet. This week, Thursday, at the American Legion, along the scenic Mississippi, we're going to have a panel discussion about quality readjustment services that are available for our military. The one thing I should like to note, the only difference between the military and the civilians is that they serve overseas in war. So come out and visit with us. This is a partnership between the Dakota County Sheriff and the Hastings Police Department. The second thing is, Beyond the Yellow Ribbon has taken upon itself to support the Langenfeld Foundation. On Saturday, 17 October from 1 to 9 p.m., we're going to have an Oktoberfest block party. So, basically a little bit about the Langenfeld Foundation, if you don't know about it. They create awareness of people with disabilities and disabled vets. So come on out and enjoy the actions. On the 24th of October, we are celebrating our 5th anniversary. That's something that the community wants to celebrate. And we want to celebrate it with our military, veterans, families, supporters, and partners. So at 1 p.m. at United Methodist Church, come on over, enjoy a light lunch. I will guarantee you one thing. You will be totally impressed with the speaker we have, okay? Number one, just a little brief thing about him. He's a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, and also the Air Guard. He's deployed 4 times since the year 2000. He's an ordained Catholic priest. And I was just informed today that he just has come back from a family conference So he'll have a lot to share with the community on values within the family. Probably the last thing I'd like to mention, I would like all our youth to see dollar signs. The VFW has a voice of democracy and a patriot pin. It's your chance to earn dollars. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Need any information? Just see me.